Hi, this is Elisa with XYZ Wellness, and today we're going to do a really short practice. And the importance here is that so many times I hear from friends or students that I don't have time for yoga, or I really wanted to do some yoga but I didn't have time, I just can't fit it in my busy schedule. And the truth is, we really don't need a lot of time for yoga. It is great sometimes to take a 60-minute class or to have a longer practice, but even if we just have a few minutes, it can be very beneficial to either roll out the mat or take some time in our office, our living room, maybe even outside if we have that opportunity, to just go through some yoga poses and give the body a little bit of movement. So even if it's not what in your mind is a formal yoga practice, you can still get that bit of yoga. And to be truthful, a yoga practice doesn't have to be any set length of time. It doesn't need to be any set number of poses. It could be one pose. It could be standing in mountain pose and feeling the sun on your face, or it could be lying down in Shavasana. So keeping that in mind and knowing that you can have yoga or a little yoga snack throughout your day whenever you need it, we'll just go through a few poses here, and you can use this as inspiration anytime that you need a little bit of yoga in your day. So having said that, we'll come to the top of our mats if we do have one. Remembering it's not a necessity. You could be standing in your living room or standing, maybe if you have your phone with you, standing outside. And we'll soften our knees, always keeping the knees soft, keeping the feet about hip bone distance, finding mountain pose, remembering this could be our pose. Relaxing shoulders down away from the ears, finding that power in this pose as we stack the head on top of the shoulders, shoulders over hips, and the hips over the ankles. And then we'll inhale, bringing the palms together overhead. Exhaling, diving, keeping those knees bent as we hinge forward into forward fold. And sometimes I just like to do this a few times in my backyard. I'll reverse swan dive, and then come back into that swan dive, forward fold, keeping those knees bent in both directions, feeling the sun on my face, and you might want to try that too. It's a really wonderful feeling. And we'll just do this swan dive flow a few times, waking up the hips, stretching out the backs of the legs, and keeping those knees, remember, keeping them bent deeply in both directions. From here, we'll exhale, coming back into that forward bend, keeping the knees soft. We'll shake out the head and neck, maybe swaying like a rag doll, if that feels appropriate to you. Maybe choosing to take hands onto the elbows, finding that nice length in the low back. And bringing hands to the floor. We can step our feet back either into downward facing dog or to child's pose. Your choice. Remember, this is your practice. This is your little yoga snack. And if you're in downward dog, you might want to pedal out the feet, walking your dog. Or if you're in child's pose, and that's where we'll head next, you might choose to just sway the torso, swaying through the hips, nice little side-to-side motion. If that feels good, if it's appropriate for today. If not, maybe staying still. And then we can choose to bring forehead down to the ground, maybe bringing hands back around the feet, releasing through the shoulders. Letting that forehead rest, maybe rocking the brow. Massaging out the place between the eyebrows. That place of your inner knowledge, your inner wisdom, your intuition. That third eye. And bringing hands back in front of the body. We'll curl the toes under to lift into another downward facing dog. Lifting the hips to the sky, pressing hands firmly into the ground, and really spreading the fingers wide, having a nice firm, solid base. Hands are pushing the floor away. Heels are reaching down, but they never need to make it all the way down, and they're reaching down and back. Hips are lifting to the sky, and the knees are bent as much as you need. We'll inhale forward, coming into plank pose. And then exhaling back into down dog. You could do that on knees as well, so you could be in child's pose. And then inhaling forward to kneeling plank, stacking shoulders over wrists. So we'll try that a few times. Maybe from child's pose to kneeling plank. And once again, we could be in downward dog, coming to plank on toes, keeping that integrity through the core. Lifting up, keeping that strong, straight spine, pushing that floor away from us. So this is almost like we're standing on the ground in mountain pose. Exhaling up. And then we'll walk the feet all the way back to the top of our mats. Coming into forward fold. Inhaling, reverse swan dive. We'll add in a little bit of a twist. Twisting over to the left side. Inhaling to the front. And exhaling to twist once again. Inhaling, palms up. Now taking the right hand around the left wrist. We'll inhale, pushing that ceiling away, coming over to the right side. Nice crescent side bend here. Pressing the left foot into the ground. Coming back to center, we'll switch hands. Big inhale to reach up. And exhale, crescent over to the left side. And coming back to center, we'll release the arms slowly all the way down, giving those shoulders a little bit of a circle. And then coming down onto our knees. So normally in a yoga practice, we always want to end with a Shavasana, but since that was our short little yoga snack, that may or may not be appropriate for today. Maybe you need to get on with your day. So either lying down, letting the body rest, and maybe taking a few moments to listen to the breath. Or if you do need to keep moving, then I invite you to do that, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you so much for joining me for this short little yoga snack, and please remember to like and subscribe so you'll always be notified when I post new videos, and have a wonderful day. Namaste.